Unajua naenda mpaka West. Sasa nilikuwa nataka nijue kama nilikuwa West hiyo masaa moja iko.
Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, guys. Happy New Week. Happy New Week. Happy New Week, guys.
Baraka.
Mm.
Nasema hiyo ni aso.
Tubakie za cable. Tubakie za cable. Cable.
Ile.
Sawa. Nini?
Hiyo ingine maana
Ishakuwa. Iko sawa? Si unasema ile iko pale juu. Iko sawa hadi nimepima iko na moto. Iko sawa? Bulb nimewauliza wanasema hawana bulb.
Na hapa kwa display.
Hata kwa display hawana bulb.
Kuna bulb ile ilitolewa. Wacha niende hapo.
Hebu enda hapo. Thank you guys for joining. Should integrity be standardized? That is our topic, and we have an ethical case. And our ethical case study is very, very simple. What happens in a case when a cashier give you excess change? You will return it or review it to be your lucky day? Let me know, guys. How? Because I know we have always handled such type of a case. Let me know how you handled that case. There I believe we are all victims, here we go. We have our poll, you know, as always. We have our poll, and our poll is very simple. Which Monday orientation rhythms with you this new week? Which Monday orientation rhythms rhythms with you this new week? Is it set in what we call the Monday orientation or the Monday mindset? Is it resetting your intentions? Probably the intentions will be taking you throughout the week. Well, you just used this Monday, to make a new fresh start, maybe for the rest of the year, or for the rest of the week, or for the rest of the month. Let me know, guys. Let me know. Kate Wafula. Hi Kate, how are you doing? Thank you with a lot of love for joining. Thank you also for the vote. Thank you. How are you doing today, Kate? How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Yeah, I can see it's her. Hi, hope you are doing well. I know that's your opening statement. How are you doing today? I joined you live, and you had what we call afternoon nap. Yeah, you had really slept. You really had a good time. I could even hear you snore from very far. It was such a very, very good afternoon with a very good yeah, I get. I really get, because I understand at the end of the day you have to take care of the kids. Yeah, I think maybe probably you slept in the course of maybe doing the life. That's the only content people love watching. Yeah. Especially when you are snoring, I could see people popping out, and then they go, popping, and then they go. It was a good one. Yeah, I agree. Hata jana usiku I was live sleeping. Oh, they really love they really love that content when you're snoring, eh? That one is a good one. I can see also you are using this Monday to make a new fresh start. Karen, I can see you are also using this Monday to make a new fresh start. Nilikuwa tu najaribu but nikaona inafanya vizuri. Yeah, if it's working, go for it. Go for it. Yeah, it was very, very nice when you are snoring. Yeah, very, very nice. Yeah, if it's working, go for it. Don't even look back. Go for it. Watu wanakuchomea, kwani wanasema nini? What are they saying? Sleeping is natural, and you know, being tired and all the stuff, it's a natural thing. And if that's the kind of content that they really want, why should you hesitate giving them? Why? You have no reason to hesitate giving them. You have no reason hesitate giving them. Give them. Watu wanasemaje? You know, most of them are just free. You know, most of them maybe, okay, not free as in very free. Maybe they don't understand the hustle that you are going, you know, looking after this kid, looking after that, you know, you are cooking for them, you are trying to feed for them, and in the process you really want to come and do life. Snoring is a standard thing. That one is more of a standard thing. Wanachoma bure, that one is a standard thing. We all snore. Snoring depends with the magnitude of maybe how tired our brain is. That's the thing. You know, if your brain is very, very tired, then the level of snoring is very, very high. That's what I know. Because you know, when you are tired, it's like the mind is still processing some things, you know. And now in the process of processing that thing, cooking napata 5. Oh, so sorry about that. Yeah, and the way you commit yourself each and every day to come and do life. Thank you for the vote, and also thank you for the like. And also, guys, if you are here and you haven't liked, try to do so. We are here with Karen, aka Ketu Afura. We are here with Karen Jepkilui. You can also check out on her platform. She goes by the name Karen Jepkilui. Yeah. I can see now that's the key thing why you are saying that you are resetting your Monday. You know, you are making a new fresh start. I think that's a very good fresh start. That one is a nice one. You are making a very good fresh start. You know, because you realize now that when you are snoring, it's when now the views are coming, or they are trickling through. Just go for it. You know, you have already now resetted your what you might call your content. Yeah, that's the thing. Mkokoteni atia? Ni kichwa, si kebo. Hiyo kebo nayo iko sawa.
Kichwa ni pia sigana?
150.
Nayo igana?
250.
Na itakiri?
Utakire nake?
Na pia sia kichwa.
To dole kire ndo.
Kwa rosi otu hera kwa ni peste.
Sawa.
Ona dadi ndo na niko kite.
Kebudi moyo. Ni danyo ni.
Nani anasema? Ngaboni ya nani?
Ndio kwa igwa tulitoayo. ngerie giki nĩ goka kũnjĩra rũciũ. Thank you. Yeah, Karen, I agree. There is a need for you to reset. You know, there is need for you to reset. It's called Monday resetting. Monday resetting, guys. Karen is having what we may call a new strategy, you know, which is going to take her there we go, guys. Is there need for love? Oh, I have some paper. Sawa. Usha nini? Weka ingine. Oh, okay. Kwanza inafaa ikiwa one test, lakini sasa unajua na watu wenye siogeagi sana hiyo maneno tunafanya venye iko. Wow, there we go, guys. So our question today is very, very simple, but yet also very, very instrumental. Is there a need to standardize ethics? That's the thing. You know, when we talk about ethics, it's all about either long or a light beam. You know, ethics is all about focusing on a long or a light beam. That's the essence of ethics. So we are asking a very simple question. Is there need for us to apply ethics or to standardize on ethics? As a way, guys, of promoting what we call consistency. You know, we also want to ensure that we create trust and accountability at all levels in our operation. Furthermore, we are being told that standardized behavior as well as reducing expected behavior as a way of reducing what we call ambiguity. And what I love more about standardizing ethics is all about enhancing brand reputation as well as someone's reputation, you know, because reputation is very, very key. Reputation is very, very key when it comes to the issue of ethics. And however, we have some critics who have also said that there is no need to standardize ethics because at the end of the day, we would emerge to be so inflexible. We would emerge to be so inflexible, and therefore that would fail to account for specific situations or conditions, and this may develop to a trust issue that may also emerge in the process. And now this comes back to the question that we lead ahead, and our question is, supposing that maybe you are sick, suppose so what really happens? Are you going to compromise your ethics, or are you going to say, because this is my ethics, I'm going to remain and do the right thing? For instance, let's say this. Let's suppose that you have always been broke, and then in the process of being broke, you just found an opportunity. Maybe you are just walking, and maybe the guy who was in front of you, just by mistake, maybe he had to return it to him or her. You just found that maybe it had a check, maybe worth maybe 1 million or 500,000 Kenya shillings, or let's say maybe 200 USD, 2,000 US dollars. Or maybe let's not even say a check. Let's say maybe you are just going somewhere to look for a job, and then in the process, you didn't get that job, and then you are going home very, very frustrated, and then in the process, you just found maybe the guy ahead of you, by mistake, turned that wallet. You just found maybe inside it has like 5,000 US dollars, 5,000 US dollars. And you are going back home, you are frustrated, you don't know if you don't even, you have, and the job that maybe you had gone to look for, it has bounced, and maybe you have been told that based on your qualifications, you cannot be able to attain that position. And then here a clean opportunity comes in, 5,000 US dollars, just falls from nowhere. You just see the wallet, but you can see the character who has just misplaced that wallet. And a very good opportunity for you is here. It's all about bargaining. Am I going to return the $500,000, or am I going to keep it to solve my issues? Because at the end, how are you going to resolve that issue, guys? How are you going to resolve that issue? Yes? So that's a question. That's an ethical question, you know. You're just there. What do you do? What do you do? Guys, what do you do? Do you take the money? Karen, I'm asking this question. Hujalipa rent, you haven't paid your rent. Maybe you have been called for a job interview. At the end of the day, the job interview haikuenda through, you know. And then, going back home, you are frustrated. You need some upkeep, you need some food, you need, all that thing. And then unaona ahead of you there is a guy, and then in the process ya kujiuzaguza kwa mifuko, let's say minimum of 100k. What do you do? Do you take the money as a way of going with it to resolve your issues, or what do you do? Or do you say sasa because najua mwenyewe sinimpatie wallet yake ajisort out? Which is the way to go? Which is the way to go, Karen? How do you approach that issue? Hiyo maneno inakupelekaje? What do you do in that situation? What do you do in that situation? Do you say, this is the right thing that I have been waiting for, Or do you just say, I think I'm not going to compromise gotten an opportunity? How do you handle that? How do you handle that? Karen, let me know your view. Let me know your view. Bad boys got lost. Bad boys potea. It has now been some 2 weeks. I haven't seen Bad Boys. I haven't seen him. Karen, do you have a crew? Do you have a crew where this young man might have gone? Yeah, I'm also hoping so. It has been such a long time. A very long time. Tomorrow I'm going to call him. I'll text him on WhatsApp and see how he is faring on. Yeah, the guy got lost. He really got lost. I have his number, so I'm going to WhatsApp him, or I'm going to call him and see how he is faring on. You see how he is faring on. Karen, how do you feel that call him tujue ako poa? Yeah, I'm going to call him tomorrow. Tampigia kesho nisikie ako fine. I think he is not too busy. Nitamcall kesho nisikie hiyo maneno. Term 3 guys is here. Kids are going back to school. Kids are going back to school. That's another amount of school fees that is required, guys. Karen, you are not yet there. You are not yet there until you start taking them to school. You are So guys, when you talk about the issue of ethics, I think I have been, for me, I would say that ethic is not something that we can really say we can standardize, There are sometimes pesa tu inakupata, and maybe you are broke, and in the process, maybe you are tempted to use that money. I remember this day, but it's a long time, a very long time. Growing up as a kid, we really used to have a lot of problems. So unatuma pale dukani, and then we used to count each and every coin very very carefully. For instance, tuseme umetuma with 100 bob, and then labda unajua change ni 30, and then in the process the shopkeeper does give you 50 shillings excess, instead of giving you the 30 shillings, maybe anakupatia 60 shillings. In that context, we never used, okay, we really understand that it was not a very good thing to take the money and to keep it as our own, but we are always tempted to do so. We are always tempted to do so. And one way that very, very variable unto us. So to me, I cannot, okay, today the way I am, I really understand the essence of ethics and how important it is. For instance, I know people are really passing a lot of issues. And therefore, hata nikiona maybe you have sent your M-Pesa maybe in my account in a long way, to me, sichukuagi hiyo pesa. I always wait for the Safaricom to call me, and once they call me, they just tell me, Charles, there is this number that sent you, some amount of money. Because today I can understand the kind of hardship, the kind of complexity and the kind of maybe the issues people are experiencing. And I had this friend. This one is a very, very shocking story. I had this friend. He used to drink, and in the process alipata, just the way unaweza tumiwa pesa in a long number, and it was 15k, and then the guy he was in a need of what we call UFA. I don't know if you know those. Do you know the guy went, withdrew the money, and then he switched off the phone, and once he switched off the phone, he went and bought the UFA with 8,000, and then he used the rest of the money to do his 1, 2, 3 things. But now the funny thing was, he was caught by Safaricom, and he was told, there was some amount of money that was, then they went, sijui what, he argued his case with Safaricom, and during those days, it is now when you could just, justify that you have sent your number maybe to a long number, and then you just call that person na unaanza kumbebereza, this and that. So the lady who had really sent that number to him, she was saying that she was taking her daughter to school, and then this man just asked a very very simple question. ukituma hiyo pesa, hiyo namba huko umeangalia vizuri, and then at me it was not impressive at all. And then, because you see, what we always say, there is what we call karma, and once karma now start catching up with you, things will always be tough on your side. So my guy, in the process also did the same mistake. In fact, now it was not 16k. He really did it with 20k. He just sent somewhere else, and then in the process, and one thing, hata hakuwa amekaa sana, hakuwa amekaa sana, so money came in his number, and then he said, there is someone that I have his money, just so let me just send it to him, so that maybe nipuguze. Then in the process, the guy was a little bit drunk, and now he just sent to a wrong person, and now Safaricom also called him, and they told him, you have a pending case. You come, first of all, you clear the 16k that you had really taken, because that is the one thing that I really knew. Any crime that really goes via Safaricom is always recorded. It's always recorded. Those things, they always pop up, and they can now see where maybe if you had a pending case, then first of all you can clear with them, so that now they can also sort you out. And at the end of the day, that's how his 16k went. I remember also in 2020, this one now really hurt my heart, because it was in 2022, when elections were very, 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 very tight. Guys, you can understand during that moment, need some money, and the money was not so huge, it was 2k. And then he told me, just send me to my number. The worst thing, I had 2 different numbers of that person. So my mind just told me, I'm used to sending to a certain number, so let me just send it, so that maybe we can complete that during January session. And we had just come out of the no, it was about September. It was about September. It was about September, and so there we go. These kids are making a lot of noise, but it's okay. So we really, the president had really won, and we were part that really made some votes, so that he could have taken that position. And therefore, me, I'm just sending this money. It was 2000. I'll never forget that. It was 2000, and I was sending to this guy, to this person. And then I just clicked the number, copy pasted the number, sent the number, and I didn't even bother to check which name it really brought, because when you are used to sending maybe to a certain number, you are always good to go. That's what I did. You are always good to go. So I did my duty. I sent the money, and then I didn't even bother if it really generated that name at the end of the day. And so I just waited for that person to call me back and to tell me maybe they did receive the amount. Wow, I really want to tell you, the money went to a certain guy. He is a guy from the Lake region, He is a guy from the Lake region. It's good to say what really happened. So the guy is from the Lake region, and unfortunately, I sent that I sent the amount of money very long time ago. You can check on it. But they told me I haven't received that. I said I sent your either number. So me I just had that statement, and then everything just shut down. I didn't have any other money. So I checked, and fortunately I saw that the amount had gone to a guy called Onyango. It was Onyango something. So me, I just now started the effort of talking with this guy. The first time I talked with him, I told him, this amount of money, I sent it long range your number, and I'm kindly requesting that yeah, I'll sort you out. Me, I waited for 15 minutes. The guy had not really sorted me out. I waited for 20 minutes. The guy did not sort me out. I waited for an hour. The guy didn't sort me out. I called for the second time, and the guy really did assume that we had not even talked for the first time. I told him, this is the guy who had called you because I had really sent some amount of money via your number, and I was requesting that maybe you reverse that money. The guy, where are you coming from? I said Nairobi County, and in the process of saying Nairobi County, he just told me, you are the guys who made our guy not to clinch the seat of the presidency. So that amount of money that you have sent, just know it has gone like that. And then I was very frustrated. I was very frustrated, and I didn't have anything to do just apart from saying, you know what, it's gone and there is nothing that I can do. So guys, when we talk about ethics is very important, and we really need to appreciate its application in all our social related activities. So there is need to standardize on ethics. To standardize on ethics, guys. There is that need to. Okay, ethics cannot be the same thing, although we are not going to like do it in a standard manner. At times, it's also very, very important. We focus on ensuring that we apply it in our lives. That's the thing. So guys, never take someone's something, especially things like money, thinking that it's not going to happen to you. I believe in karma. I always believe in the essence of karma. When you do good things to you, to others, back to you. That's the thing that I have learned when I talk about this thing of standardizing ethics. Because at the end of the day, I have seen guys, maybe trying to frame others, maybe in terms of social cases. Like in our village, there was this guy, a guy who had really framed his neighbor about the issue of defilement. And when it comes to the issue of defilement, wow, that's a case that has very, very high element of it's a very, very strong case. And now when you talk about defilement, it's all about life sentence in Kenya. That's the thing. Defilement, when you are dealing with a defilement case, wow, that's a very, very bad thing. So this guy, I think he really wanted to extort some money from the other guy, and therefore they came up with a case. There was an element of defilement and the stuff, but unfortunately the first guy really got trapped, and the entire story was not adding up, and so he was released on board. So the other guy was, because even if someone is your enemy, I don't believe that you should use false accusation against them as a way of trying to punish them. So the other guy, really something very, very weird just happened. This girl that he was saying that was defiled by the other guy with his daughter, and that was the end of them. So in as much as ethics is very important of giving us now doing the best thing rather than doing the wrong thing, you see. And so I really believe that that was a form of karma that followed that the other guy. And at the end of the day, they really died on the spot with the doctor. That was the thing. They really died on the spot. And now when people now started looking at that, reason why this guy has died in such a very bad thing, in an accident. But when now I really look back and see the entire framing that was there, I believe that was an essence of karma. So karma is always there, and for you to evade karma, it's always good to consult what we call ethics, because at the end of the day, ethics is very, very instrumental to giving you the choice. For instance, I was asking about this case study whereby maybe you went to a supermarket and then maybe in the process you are given some extra change, and maybe during that day you are as broke as nothing else. I believe, and I'm very convicted that maybe most of us would be tempted to keep the change rather than return the change to the shopkeeper. However, in the process of taking that change, it might bring us a lot of trouble in the future, because maybe because you took someone's maybe money, even though it was not through force. At the end of the day, you just find that maybe you are getting money and maybe it's not even assisting you. That's the thing, you know. Oh, this one is scoring. So at the end of the day, it's always very, very good, you know, to strike that balance. Also, morally is just like the same being of about being a thief. You know, being a thief, you have two options. One, you can be a thief, and then at the end of the day, maybe you can be very rich. On the other hand, you can be a thief even for the first day, and you are just trying to steal, and then you are killed the first day. You see, that's the essence of ethics, because you really knew what you are really getting into was a very dangerous thing, you know. But since you really want to try and you really want to jungle and to see so that maybe you can experiment and you see if it's going to work, you know, ni kujaribu tu. That's what we really say, ni kujaribu tu, yeah. Even if you know what you are really doing is it's a bad thing, you know. Like I was watching a documentary today, it was all about sex trade, you know. uh, Sex trade, I really saw it being happening in some of these very very advanced nations. And then in the process now, because maybe you are already and you have seen something of such, you really want to try and you see if it's really going to work. And then in the process, HIV and AIDS just get in. See now where the problem is. So in that process, because you really didn't evaluate, you know, the pros and the cons of ethics. Calling again, a minute, guys. So in the process of saying, you know, it's all about trying. So in the process of saying, you know, it's all about trying. HIV just gets in, guys. And then in the process of HIV, now there you are, you know, your life now start taking another tune. You know, you are frustrated, you are here trying to maybe deal with with ARVs, and then, you know, you have a lot of social changes, you know, a lot of social changes. And then in the process, wow, you just say, I wish I could have not done that thing in the first place. So ethics, to some extent, I think it's a good thing, because as they say, it's a way of ensuring that we balance, you know, we balance our values. And, you know, balancing our values, ethics can really give us a bearing of ensuring that we are able to understand, you know, the territory that I'm getting in, which are the worst. You know, we always love to understand the extreme, you know, which are the worst repercussions that can really happen. And the moment now you understand the worst repercussions, then I think you know, one really becomes a little bit modesty in doing what they do. I also have seen the so-called the border guys, you know, the border guys, because maybe someone has not really focused so much on ethics. They are always, you know, they are always, what can I say? They are always tempted to push, you know, to push that thing to over 120, you know, even 120 kilometer per hour, you know, that speed. And others don't even have the, is it the helmet, the reflector, and maybe the safety boots. And you see, like, a guy is really flying and one of the leg is even out of the, you know, as a way of showing that they are pro in driving that thing. And because they have not really really appreciated the essence of understanding the pro and cons, when time will come, something will just happen out of the way. You know, something just happens out of blues. You just find, wow. So today I have really tried to work on my brakes, but my brakes are not really working. and you know that's now when we have the worst accidents. I heard of a case of a guy who was really flying with his motorbike, and it was a super bike, and you know super bikes are very expensive, but he crashed to an extent that even the police, you know, because the police came to site trying to get the remains. It was even one of the hardest things that they ever, you know, it was one of the hardest experience. Another guy just did the same thing. He was a Subaru guy. You know, the guy is used like to drink late hours at night, and then at the end of the day, the guy, you know, Subaru is one of the fastest vehicles that we have, you know. So I think in the process, he really now said, now this was my day, you know, to fly. So he was flying all the way from uh, we call it the eastern bypass, yeah, the eastern bypass, and then at the end of the day, boom, there he goes. He flew, you know, he really flew into someone's land, you know. That was the thing. The vehicle flew into someone's land, and then it just went where there was a very huge tree, you know. The entire vehicle crashed, and even getting the remain of that guy, because it was that night, it was really a mess. So it's always good to consider that we have what we call ethics, you know, ethics, and sometimes it's always good to focus on standardizing on ethics, you know, because when we standardize on them, we try to have that kind of a balance, you know. At times, some situation can really push us to the corner, and they can really tell us, you know what, uh, even though I'm trying now to preserve my ethics, I think at the end of the day, I might compromise some of them. You know, it's life, and some situations are so diring, uh, to an extent that they can even make us, you know, even compromise the ethics that we have laid on. So it's always good to appreciate, uh, to understand the seasons and to understand the times when maybe we can call for ethics, and maybe when we can apply them in modesty. That is my take when we talk on either to standardize or not to standardize on ethics, because at the end of the day, really, at the end of the day, at every point in our lives, we are really making choices. Is it a right choice, or is it a wrong choice? That's where we are all. Yeah, that's at the point where each and every day we are at, you know, always trying to make either the wrong choice or the right choice. So I always believe, and I always you know, focus on checking the pros and cons. If I see maybe some situation will be so complex, and maybe they can even complicate my life to, you know, to another different level, wow, now there I just choose to do the right thing. But there are some situations where maybe you can compromise a little bit, you know, because it's life. But there are people who really jungle big time. But it's all about, you know, it's all about understanding how critical that situation is. So guys, I really want to say thank you Karen, for always coming and being part of this event. It's always a very good thing. So guys, that's how I'm going to head on my Monday, you know. And thank you Karen for understanding that you have taken a new tide, you know. You have always taken a new tide. And the one thing that I have loved about this Monday, it's that you are kind of trying to reset, you know, your mindset, you know. That's the good thing about Monday. it's all about trying to reset or to reframe our mindset, and then resetting our intentions, and then making a new afresh. Wow, that's so amazing, yeah. Because when you make a new afresh, uh, it always keeps us on going on, because we always say, last time it was this and that, but this time I'm intending to do this and this, which is a fresh start. And the moment we start now focusing on fresh start, good things and good tidings always comes on our way. So guys, I really want to say thank you always for coming, thank you always for coming and listening to my stories. I know they are always, listening to stories each and every day is not a very good thing, but you always choose to come, so that we can make a day to be more better. Thank you guys. Let's meet tomorrow, same place, same time. And thank you so much for the love. Let's always be grown. So guys, today I uploaded a new video. If you haven't watched it, guys, kindly look out at it. Watch it, give it a thumbs up, and I'm going to appreciate, guys. I think I'm going to head there. Thank you so much. If you'll be watching this video, any period of the day, I really want to wish you the best of the best. Thank you guys, and let's meet tomorrow.